Hello, it's CraftyRia, and I'm back again today with another video. This is card sketch number 13. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I try to do a card sketch once a week. If you're returning, welcome back to the 13th card sketch. Let me zoom the camera out and we'll get to work on this card sketch. And as usual, I will do a recycled Christmas card and a regular card using this sketch. This is the Christmas card that I'm going to recycle, and the other card will be using some fun papers that I have. I had gotten in some Happy Mail. So that will be the second one. The first one we'll go ahead and use or do the Christmas card. I have an A2 size card base for both of these cards. This is 5.5 by 4.25. I made this card sketch using scraps that I had on my table, and I just stuck them together like that randomly. I did this a few weeks ago. Of course, I had no card in mind. It was not inspired by anything. It was just stuff on my desk. So I went through my Christmas cards to find something that kind of went with it. And I thought this card here would be good to cut up and use on here. So let's go ahead and get started. I will start by cutting the front of this card off. Get my stuff all together here. This is a very, very thick card stock. I can't talk today. This is a very thick cardstock, and this sentiment is very wide. It is going to be too wide for the inside of the card, so I won't be using it for the inside of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and measure my little squares here, my rectangles. This one is 4 inches by 2 inches. And I thought I would, my reasoning behind this card, I thought I would use this part up here for this top piece and the part that says Season's Greetings for this bottom piece. So it's not going to be exactly the same as the sketch, but it's going to be pretty close. So I need to cut this 2 inches here. And that is going to be the perfect size for 2 rows of the ornaments. So I will cut that right between those rows. Now your paper, when you make your card sketch, it doesn't have to be the same exact dimensions as what I'm using. You use whatever you have or how you like it, but that's just how that one works out. And this bottom piece is 1.5 inches wide. So that will be, I'm going to center the Season's Greetings in that 1.5 inches. So I'm going to, there's my 1.5 inches. I'm going to just eyeball it and take just a little bit on each side of the Christmas balls. And then I will do this side, and I'll try to line it up right about 1.5 inches. It's going to be a little bit bigger. I might have to trim more down. We'll see how that looks. I think I'm going to like it like that, even though it might be too big though. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim it down further. All right, so I will put it back in here and take a little sliver off of each edge. I will try to be careful to keep it lined up. And then I will take a sliver off this end. When my paper is shorter than 2 inches, narrower than 2 inches, it's a little harder to use this particular paper trimmer. But I've been practicing. There we go. So then I need to decide how wide, how long or wide this piece is. And this is 4 inches. That one is also 4 inches. So let me see on here where my 4-inch mark goes. I'm going to eyeball it. I want to try to make it even on each edge. So I have that, and let's see what it looks like if I bring it to 4 inches. There we go. I'm going to trim just a sliver off this other side. There we go. I kind of like that, actually. And then this piece also needs to be 4 inches. So we have that piece at 4 inches as well. So we have that piece for up there. I'm going to put it this way because of the way the highlights are on the balls. And then this little piece down here. And on my card sketch, it has the ribbon or the piece of paper over top of it, which I don't want to cover up the season's greetings. So I do want to run it behind it. I have my X-Acto knife because I'm going to make a slit on either side of season's greetings so I can have the ribbon go underneath it in a kind of a creative way. So I need to decide which type of ribbon I'm going to use. I picked 2 and I want to see which one I like better. I have this green and red and blue striped ribbon, which is okay, but it's a little narrow, I think. I also got out this blue ribbon, and I thought it might be good because it'll add some glitter to the card. And what's nice about this ribbon is it doesn't fray, and I don't have a background, something to mat the card on. And I think I like that a lot. So let me go ahead and cut a piece of that. And with this ribbon, I just keep a rubber band right around it so it doesn't flop all over the place. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to make a slit on either side of the word Season's Greetings. I'm not going to measure it with my ruler. I'm just going to do it like that. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And you can really feel when you're through the cardstock, your blade will glide way differently. On the paper, it kind of drags, but once it gets onto your cutting mat, it goes real smooth. So I'm just going to run this through the back. Super easy. Just thread it through. I thread the corner through and then pull the rest through. In theory, there we go. And that's how that's going to look. I like it a lot. I think it's really cute. Okay, so then I will just adhere this down to the front. Actually, maybe I will, I'm trying to decide if I want to put one of these up on foam dots. I think I'll put that one up on foam dots. This one here, I'll adhere down to the bottom. Just like that. I'm going to use my tape runner. I'm also going to put some on the back of this ribbon. Just get a good amount on the back of this and on the back of the ribbon. I want to put extra on the edge of the ribbons so it goes, it sticks down to the very edge of the card very well. There. So I made sure I coated the ribbon completely with adhesive. It's very sticky. And then I will put this down like that. And then I will take my scissors and just trim off the ribbon flush with the edge of the card. Sometimes it's easier to turn it over to the back to make sure it's flush. There we have that. And then I think on this piece I will, just for interest, I will pop it up on some foam dots. I have these, or foam squares. I have these foam squares. One of my viewers sent me this. It is from the Dollar Tree and I absolutely love them. They're so easy to work with. As you can see, I've used a lot of them already. I'll put one in the middle just so it doesn't sag. Although this is very thick cardstock, so I don't think it would sag. All right, there we go. There is one card done to match the card sketch. I think it came out quite cute. So let's go ahead and work on the second card. Oh, but first maybe we should put a sentiment on the inside of this card. I'm going to go the easy route. I have this stamp. It says, "May all the joys of the season be yours." And that says season's greetings, so it kind of goes together. This is my VersaFine black ink pad. It's Onyx Black, I believe. Yep, Onyx Black. I love this. It is my favorite ink pad for sentiments or anything with a fine line. I absolutely love it. Ink it up really good and just randomly, not randomly, just find the middle of the card and stick it down. I hold it for a second just to let the ink transfer really good, and there you get a really, really good crisp image with that. This paper is coated, and this is this ink does not always dry right away, so I'm going to leave it open to dry because I don't want to smudge that. Set it over there open. Okay, my next card will be using this adorable guitar paper. I've been wanting to use it. I have someone in mind that I want to send it to. And I'm going to use this as my piece on the bottom. I think they go great together. So let's go ahead and do that. And for this card, I have a similar paper. This has a more of a silver sheen to it. I got both of these papers, the card bases, at Ollie's a long time ago. They were 8.5 by 11 sheets of cardstock. They were each in their own pack, and they were about, I think, $4 a pack. So they're really pretty, and I use them a lot. They make a great card base. And I thought this stood out pretty good on it rather than having just a white background. So again, we have 2 inches by 4 inches. So I believe the guitars pretty much perfectly, yep, measure 2 inches right there. So that's going to be perfect. And then for this bottom piece, that is 1.5 inches. And I'm going to cut this here, these 2 pieces off. That's 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to cut this right to the top of that green line. And I have that piece for the bottom. I'm going to need a piece to go across the whole thing. And I thought I would use this much of it, this green line, the yellow line, and that blue piece in the middle. Or maybe I want to do the gray one in the middle on the bottom. I might do that with that gray one and have it turned upside down. Yeah, I think I'll do the gray one instead. And I will cut it just to the other side of that green line, kind of even to where the blue line is on the other side, just to make it look balanced. So there's my ribbon for the bottom of the card, and I'm going to put the green against the blue and the blue against the green, I think, just to kind of bring those colors together and make it look like that. This piece here, I believe, needs to be 4 inches long. Yep, and that one's 4 inches. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to cut this at 4 inches. I'm going to cut these 2 guitars, or this row of guitars, off. Like that, and then I will cut this at 4 inches. There we go. I think that's really cute. I'm going to let the paper do the work. I don't have to do a whole lot for this card. Let's do this. Put that up there. And put that there. I might trim this piece down a little bit. It just seems to be tall. Yes, it is pretty tall. I must have cut it too wide. So let me take this in here to 1.5 inches. I didn't measure so well. There we go. And that's more in the middle anyway. It's more even. So we have that piece, and we have this piece, and we have that going across there. Okay, let's go ahead and adhere these pieces down. I think I will adhere this. I think I will adhere this piece flat to the back of the card. I'm not going to raise this one up. And then I will just trim off this excess piece. And I think I'm going to fussy cut out this green guitar and stick it on the bottom. So I'm going to use my cutter bee scissors for that. And I'm just going to go right around the edges of that guitar. And I think I will stick this up on a little tiny foam dot. I have this little piece. I do want to cut a really tiny piece to put on the very end of the, I don't know what you call it, that part of the guitar, the skinny part. I have a guitar. You would think I would know what it's called. Okay. There we go. I think that's kind of pretty, kind of simple, easy to do. You can use stamped images, pattern paper, whatever you like to make a card like this. I will leave the inside blank so I can write a sentiment on the inside. I can write whatever I'd like. And then we have that card. There we go. I hope you liked card sketch number 13. Please do give this a thumbs up if you like it and leave a comment below. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. Click on the bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. And head on over to my Facebook group, Create with CraftyRia. The ladies there are wonderful. I think you will enjoy it. And also check out my Patreon page. Thanks again for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And until the next time, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.